And then I heard the news that she's dead. So ever since the death of Alex Okubo, there have been a lot of messages, texts from different other people, from his colleagues, his friends and relatives, and I mean fans, a lot of different messages. But the one that really shocks me the most, like the one that I can actually relate to, is the one from Nadia Buari. It really is something I can relate to. Like, but before I even say what I have to say, I want to read this. I want to read what she said. Just Alex, I'm sorry for every moment I stayed quiet. You withdrew so suddenly, and I didn't push. I thought I was respecting your space. I thought you just needed time, so I didn't call. I just prayed. I keep thinking about our story, the one I wrote in my journal, remember? I told you I gave you a different name, Liam, so that if the journal ever got lost, no one would know it was you. You smiled and said, I like the name, Liam. I don't think you knew how much that moment meant to me. You made something that felt heavy, feel light, and almost fun. That was you. Always making things better. I wish I had checked on you more. When I say I have something that I can relate to, this is about a friend, a very close friend of mine. We used to vibe together. We used to talk almost all the time. We used to share a lot of things together. Like, I call her my boo, and she also did the same. So after I traveled, after a long time, we used to cheese, we used to talk, constant communication. We used to do that. And then after some time, she just break down. I was texting, hi, how far, boo? How you doing? And she'll just be like, good. That kind of response that you don't expect from someone you communicate with. And then I'm like, but why are you replying me like that? I didn't tell her. I'm just like, well, maybe she's changed. People do change. And then I kept texting. I didn't give up. I kept texting. I'm like, are you okay? How is everything? And she's like, yeah, I'm okay. How you guys doing? How's everything? And I'm like, well, just maybe she needs her space and so on. So her brother told me she's not been feeling well. They've been taking her from one hospital to another, but she didn't tell me. And I had no idea about that. So when I found out she was sick, I went back to her WhatsApp. I texted her. I'm like, boo, so you've been sick and you didn't tell me what's up? And she's like, yeah, she just has a little problem with her eyes, and she's gonna be fine. She's been to the hospital. Pastors are praying for her and so on. And I'm like, well, if you said you're fine, if it's just eye problem, why don't you like try to get orange and get the pills and put in your eye, press the pills in your eye so it can get better. She's like, she's done that before, because she's the one who taught me that. She's like, she did that already, but it didn't work for her. So I'm like, so if this thing is that serious, if it was that serious, she told me no, it's not that serious, that she's going to be fine. To be sincere, I didn't know she was going through much pain than I heard her brother telling me. I felt so bad. I felt like, I asked her, then why didn't you tell me? She just told me she didn't want me to feel bothered. I'm like, of course, we do talk all the time. I've been wondering why I text you and you don't actually reply. You just like, hi, yes, I'm okay. And then from that time, I kept checking, because you remember I told you I've been checking on her. Even though she was giving me the cool mode, I kept checking. I kept calling. I kept asking her, is she okay? I even sent her money. I sent her money 2 times, like 2 days before she died. When I sent the money to her, I texted her. I said, I sent you money. Get yourself some medications, get fruit and eat. Because I wasn't thinking it was that serious. And then when I sent the message, she was like, thank you. I wasn't feeling